Hello student, welcome to digital classes. This video is for class 8, subject is maths, and this is the continue of the chapter number 3, chapter 3, square and square root. We finished square in the previous videos, and this is the third part for this chapter. So in this video I'm going to tell you about the square root. So square root can be found by two methods. One is prime factorization. Or second is division method. So in this video I am going to tell you about how you take out the square root of any number. The way is prime factorization and second is the division method. So let us start first with prime factorization. Let us start square root with first method, and that method is a prime factorization method. Example, find the square root of 324. So by using prime factorization method you can make a factor of 324. See, this 24 is divisible by 2, so it will be 1, 6 and 2, then 2, 81, 3, 27, then 3, 9, then 3, 3, it's 1. Now you see there is a pair. Now under root 324 is equal to 2 times 2, 3 times 3, then 3 times 3. So you take out a common out of 2, means 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, which is equal to 18. So it means under root 324 is equal to 18. This is the prime factorization method by which you can find the root of any number. But prime factorization is basically helpful for a small numbers like 2 digit, 3 digit, 4 digit, even with a 5 digit. But after that, if the number become big or a large, then we can use the division method to find out the square root of any number. So it means finding the square root of 324 by using the prime factorization method. You just prime factorize it and write under root 324 is equal to under root 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. You can see there is a pair of numbers. So you can take out a number out of a pair. So 2 and 2 is a pair, you take out 2. Then 3 and 3 is a pair, you take out 3. And 3 and 3 again it 3. So 9 2s are 18. So under root 324 is equal to 18. So let us check one more example about this, and then we can check the question from the exercise also or example also. Is there any different example? Then I will explain about that. Now, example number 3. This is at the page number 49. Find out the square root of 4356. 4, 3, 5, 6. By using prime factorization, we write 4, 3, 5, 6, and we know that this number is divisible with 2. So it's 2, 2 2s are 4, then 2 1s are 2, it will be 15, so 7, and then 8. So 2, 1, 0, 8, and then 9. 1089. 1089 is divisible with 3, so it will be 3 times 9, then 6, 18, and 3. 6, 3, 6. It is again divisible with 3. 1 to 1. And we know that 1 to 1 is divisible by 11. So it will be like this. The prime factorization of 4356 is like this, and under root 4356 is equal to under root 2 times 2, 3 times 3, and 11 times 11. So now again you can take out a common out of 2. So there is 2 times 2, you can take out a common 2. 3 times 3, you take out a common 3, and 11 times 11, you can take out 11 as a common. So now 11 3s are 36, and 36 2s are 11 3s are 33, and 33 2s are 66. So the answer is 66. So it means under root 4356 is equal to 66. Now I think the prime factorization method is clear to all. We will talk more question on prime factorization by prime factorization method, sorry. Now there is a very good question, example number 5, 6 and 7 I just discussed about. Exercise, example 5, 6 and 7. Then it will help you to solve the exercise. See, the example number 6 is what? In an auditorium, the number of row is equal to the number of chair in each row. By the capacity of auditorium is 2050, find the number of chair in each row. Means, example number 5. See, we according to question, we know that the number of rows is equal to number of chair in each row. Clear? So we have to find the number of chair in each row. So now let the number of chair in each row be x. So total number of chair in the auditorium is equal to x into x, which is equal to x square. So therefore x square is equal to the total number of if the capacity of the auditorium is 2025 is given here, so it means that the total number of chair in the auditorium is x square, and the total number of the chair is possible. This is 2025. So x is equal to under root 2025. You can find out the root of this number 2025. So see, it is divisible with 5. 5 4s are 20, 0 5, then 5, 81, then 3, 27, then 3, 9, then 3, 3, and 3, 1. It means under root 5 times 5, then 3 times 3, then 3 times 3. Again take out, there is a pair of numbers, so take out a common from the pair of the number. Like 5 into 5 means you have to take out 5, then 3, then 3. So it will be 5 3s are 15 and 15 3s are 45. Therefore, number of rows is equal to 45. Number of chair in each row is equal to 45. This is the answer for this question. Now, everyone clear about this question? I repeat the question. In an auditorium, the number of row is equal to the number of chair in each row. If the capacity of the auditorium is 2025, find the number of chair in each row. This is given here. This is the example number 5. You can check in the page number 50 also. Number of row is equal to number of chair in each row. So let the number of chair in each row be x. Now, total number of chair in the auditorium is x multiplied by x, which is equal to x square. So, and we know that the capacity of the auditorium is 2025. So it means x square is equal to 2025. So when we remove this square, x is equal to under root 2025. So it will be 5 times 5. And when we do the prime factorization, I just rubbed before writing this. So if you take out a prime factorization of 2025, or you can do prime factorization of 2025, you can see 5 into 5, then 3 into 3, then 3 into 3. So you can write under root 5 into 5, 3 into 3 and 3 into 3. There is a pair of number. And each pair in 2, because it's a square root, so we have to take out a common from the two numbers. So out of 5 and 5, 5 is common, 3 and 3, 3 is common, 3 again 3 and 3, now 3 is common. We just multiply it, 5 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 3, so 5 3s are 15 and 15 3s are 45. So it means the number of row and the number of chair is equal, number of chair in each row is equal. So the number of row is equal to 45 and the number of chair in the each row is also 45. Now the example number 6. Example number 6. Find the smallest number by which 396 must be multiplied so that the product become a perfect square. I repeat the question. Find the smallest number by which 396 must be multiplied so that the product become a perfect square. So the number is 396. 396 is the number. So first we do the prime factorization of 396. 3, 1, 3, 2. Then we can do with 3 again. It's 3 4s and 44. Now do with 2. It's 22. Then 2. Then 11. 11 is now. So the prime factorization of 396 is 3 times 3, 2 times 2, and there is single pair, single number 11. So if we want to make a number perfect square, we have to multiply the number by 11. It means the smallest number smallest number by 396 must be multiply the smallest number by 396 must be multiplied to make it perfect square is equal to 11. If we multiply 396 times 11, it will become a perfect square number. So 396, 6, 5, 13, 1, 4. So 4356 is a perfect square number. If you have to find out the square root, by using this you can find out the square root. Like if you want to find out the square root of this, so it will be 3 times 3, 2 times 2 and 11 times 11. So it will be 3 2s and then 11. 3 2s 6 and 66. When we multiply, yes, this is given in the page number 49, 4356. The prime factorization of 4356 on the page number 49. We just solved before this question. Before the example number 5. So, if you take out a common 3, 2 and 1, when you multiply this. So, 336 is not a perfect square number. We have to find a smallest number that must be multiplied to 396 to make it a perfect square number. So, 396 times 11 is equal to 4356. Means when we multiply 396 times 11, it will become 4356. And if we find the square root of 4356, it will be the same prime factorization, but 11 is added here. So you can take out the common out of 2. This is 3, 2 and 11. And if we multiply this 11 times 3 2s are 6 and 6 times 11. So it will be 66. And if you want to see the if you want to see the prime factorization of 4356, you can check in the page number 49, example number 3 that I solved just before the question number 5. I think this is clear. How to find the smallest number which must be multiplied to make it a perfect square number. In the next video, I will tell you about the smallest number by any number must be divided to make it a perfect square number in the next part of this video.